Let's see the quick demo of Aspire TypeScript AppHost in our Docker. So here we can see the app is hosting in my Docker and it is just running in here in this single, I just running as a local host, but yeah, we can just deploy it in anywhere using the Docker. And also if I just call that API also is calling behind this application. This is React app along with that Node.js. So if we want to see that API also, we can just simply use that API, and whatever API endpoint is available I can see easily over here. So it's a single port actually working with this two applications using as a Docker. So that we will trying to build over here. So let's moving to start implementation. So before I start implementation, I'm especially recommend if you first time visit my channel, so go to here, which is .NET real world example, and in here in last session actually we just covered how we can create Aspire TypeScript application using that single command, and how actually they are working and all. So yeah, now we will continue same one. Yeah, if you want to learn more in AI integration, any application and full stack developer like front end, back end, and also if you want to game development and mobile development and also, you can learn many things over here. So now moving to start to implementation. So yeah, let me open that project. So this is my actually existing root folder where I just keep that my just simple template which I just created last time. So yeah, go to that. So I can just simply open it over here in a BS code, and here my project got opened, and it will little zoom it over here. Yeah, close everything over there. Yeah, so this is that simple project, React app along with the Node.js backend, and also it is just built using Aspire React.js, uh, React.js JS file only. So host file is a React.js only. So yeah, I think that pretty much good the intro. So now what I'll do for that host, so it's nothing we have to do in this project itself. What I can do, simply I can just go to any terminal over here. So if you go to this terminal, and if you already install that Aspire, so yeah, definitely you will get that Aspire version over here. So it should be at least 13.2, because that is actually supported over here. So what I can do now, simply I can just use Aspire, and one thing actually, before just deploy, actually we have to make sure this is running perfectly. So yeah, simply we can just try to Aspire run command to ensure okay that application properly built and properly running. So yeah, let's wait to finish that. Okay, so now I am able to see my application got running on this dashboard, right? And if I just simply open it over here, so yeah, it's just try to load, and yeah, it's loading. So if I just open this, so this is API, this is perfectly, and this is my application. Yeah, so it looks good. And even if I want to check API, so that API should be, so API and then our endpoint. So endpoint is this. So yeah, now you can see my endpoint actually returning my data. So that is perfectly working fine. So that once you ensure, now close everything and go back to your projects. So here, okay, so that project here, and simply I can just terminate over here. And yeah, before actually just deployed in our Docker, so yeah, you have to install the Docker. So just install your Docker in local system, and once you're done, now you can just simply copy or use this command, just Aspire do diagnosis. It's just basically nothing, just diagnosis, okay, everything is looks good or not. So that actually we have to just ensure that, and then we will try to, yeah, now see this pipeline succeed, everything actually just diagnosis based on that. So it looks good. So once you ensure everything is fine, then we just simply use this command. Let me little zoom in, and yeah, Aspire, and simply deploy. That's it. Okay, so once you Aspire, okay, might be it is not right, Aspire deploy. Yeah, so this is the right command actually, Aspire. So once you hit enter, now see it just starting to steps to deploying. So it will take some time actually to deploy everything. And okay, so now see, once I try to Aspire deploy, nothing has happened. Okay, so just because actually I just miss one step actually, that I need to add. But yeah, this is a good to see also, like if you try to something mistakenly something, so what happened and then what you need to do. Okay, so now see, it is just creating a pipeline and all, but they have not proceed any deployment over here, right? So yeah, let me just try to stop also this one. So that is nothing special, but yeah, let me stop that so that there's no confusion. So yeah, I think what I can do, so go to in here in app.cs file, okay, apphost.cs file. Here actually we have to add one line, one command over here, which is, we just add one command here. This, like, we have to add add docker compose environment, and also this is actually we required one package. So for package also we have to just add one command which can allow this package. So let me try to add that package simply. Aspire add docker. So this is docker package, actually we have to use it, and using this extension method we have to easily deploy it in our docker. So simply hit enter. Now I am successfully add. Now see, once you add, now this error also gone, right? Because this is dependent on that. So now once you're done, now again let me just try to diagnosis one more time over here. So let me try to diagnosis over there and hit enter. Okay, looks good over here. Now we can simply use aspire deploy. That's it. Okay, and once you hit enter, okay, see, it's still not working, just because I think I have not saved properly. See, if you see this white byte signal, so that means it is not saved. So yeah, simply I can save it. So once you save, now it's got change, right? And once you save, and then I have to try that. So yeah, whatever I made changes, that was not properly saved, so now I have changed as I made a save properly. Then I can see, now see, now just got started to create package and XML file, everything, and they just try to deploy it. So yeah, we can see over here parallelly. So definitely once it is yeah, so let me parallel over here. So yeah, once you try to properly build everything, definitely I will be able to see over here. So meanwhile we can see it is just a stage where actually just try to image. So yeah, first actually they just try to create a image. So over here, see, this is that image. Actually they just create this particular app, and I looks like it's just completed. Now if I see that container, so yes, so this is that container. Actually they just created for this application, and also they just allow, so this is that an app host application a URL, and this is our dashboard. Okay, so if you just open a dashboard, let me not like that, even once you open this dashboard over here, so see, dashboard is open and allowed to token. So if you get the token, you will use that over here. So now I'm not open to dashboard, but I'll just interested to open in our application. So let me open it over here. Now see, my application got opened, and if I just refresh, yeah, API also is working. Even that we can ensure in my dev tools over here. So go to that networking section. If you just refresh, see that better API host is calling over here, and same things we can just try our API over here, like same API. And if I just use better forecast, yeah, so API also is calling same port, right? So yeah, it looks good. And yeah, one thing we just add, like this API not looks good, right? If we just see that API, but as API, whatever endpoint is available, that should be allowed. So yeah, that we can do one change over here. Okay, so for that actually we want to change one things over here, and yeah, that also will be better to see, like, whatever you change, that after again just try to deploy just one command, that is got reflected or not, right? So for that I just made one change. So for that, what I'll do, I'll just create another endpoint is similar like that. This is healthy endpoint. So on here I'll just create another endpoint which will just simply return all that endpoints is available. So I have already handy, but yeah, we can do something better over here in later on. But yeah, as of now, just keep it that only. This is that API endpoint which will just return back to with this nice design and all. Okay, so yeah, it is just save and properly saved. Now again, what we'll do, simply I can just try to deploy it again. Go to here and just simply try to aspire deployed and just deployed. Okay, now it's got started. again it will try to build the image and then uh, you know run the container. Okay, so now it's ready, like it just completed. Yeah, these are the step actually they have done, like execution app, front end, then compose environment, then dashboard, that print summary, and that many things actually. In the last section I just published that, right? So yeah, once you publish, then again I can just open that app, and yeah, it looks good, but I am interested to see that endpoint. So now see, in this API I can see those endpoints as well, like that weather forecast endpoint, API endpoints, and also healthy endpoints. So that also we can check like this way. Yeah, it's got healthy. I think healthy endpoint is not inside that API. So yeah, simply we can check. Okay, so healthy endpoint, yeah, it's healthy. So yeah, I think that's a way actually we can simply deploy your application in Docker container, in a Docker. And yeah, this is that way to host your application in the Docker. So that actually this things actually we can utilize for any environment without any suffering, right? So yeah, an upcoming session definitely we will try to deploy this complete application in our Azure environment as well, so how that works. So yeah, definitely we will do. So yeah, till now, thank you, have a nice day, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share.